First, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal H Technology Screens. We're going to be reordering this Cinemax again because the individual went into such a rant over the fact that it wasn't his product, it was this, that, and the other, it was all these things. And like I said, at the end of the day, we gave him the option of when we are doing the test demonstrations against the product, if he felt it wasn't his product, he can easily go do the same demonstrations we did and back the product up not being what it's supposed to be. Keep in mind, as he said in his statement, that the Cinemax has the ability to be able to pick up contrast levels equal to black screens. Listen to what I said. Equal to black screens after we just went through that test downstairs. So this product is supposed to be completely different on its own. It's supposed to have these special capabilities that the other products don't have. So we're going to be doing a second review on the Cinemax. We're going to have a customer, friend, associate, one of them, go pick up the product for us, have it shipped to our house. Now, like I said before, you've already seen some of the sneaky tactics this guy does. We can't go order from his site because, like I said, at the end of the day, he'll ship his black paint. This is interesting that we have to go through this cloak and dagger to get his product over here because he doesn't have any confidence in his product at the end of the day. And it doesn't do what he says he claims it does. And I think it doesn't. And it doesn't do it. No way in the world that his product is producing this contrast levels he claims it does. The only time I've seen this demonstration with contrast levels is in a very, very, very dark environment. And you know what happens at the end of the day? That's the only way you can produce an image off your screen. And then on the top of that, having a high-end projector, calibration, all that stuff like that used to try to basically get a better picture at the end of the day when you're not being 100% honest with your customers. So as I said before, we're going to throw away this product right here because we don't need this. We'll throw it away. We're going to paint over the screens that have the Cinemax on it, start fresh, order a second one, have it come in, do the review all over again, and I guess he's going to say that at the end of the day, mind you, we're going to test it. So you're going to test your product against black screens, black certified screens, stuff like that. You're going to test against everything. We're going to go through all the stuff that you claim this product can do at the end of the day, second review around. So if this product fails in the second review around, this is not going to look good. It's going to get even worse on your behalf. So to show you that I'm a man of my word, we're going to take just the Cinemax, not this, because we bought this, we purchased this, we did unboxing, actually did unboxing on this. There was paint everywhere. I'll show you the demonstration. We did the unboxing on that, paint everywhere. We also have unboxings on the personal mix. We'll put those too. So like I said, even though we got this from somebody else, we're going to toss this, get rid of that, go order a brand new one, have it here, do an unboxing, and do all the demonstrations, all the tests, all over again to show you at the end of the day that product is not going to be to pull contrast level. It's going to blend in with the other screen paints we have downstairs. And on top of that, it's not even going to pass any of the black versus gray demonstration tests. All right, so I want all this on record that this is tossed and that we're getting rid of that. That's going to be thrown in the trash. All the sample sheets we use with it are going to be tossed in the trash. Sorry about that. Somebody's information. Let me put that real quick. Are going to be tossed in the trash. So that way, everybody knows that this product is no longer here in the house. We're going to order a brand new one. Have it shipped to the house. Now, like I said, we got to do things on a different level when it involves with him. Because at the end of the day, he's a person who cannot back his products up and will go to all kinds of sneaky tactics to make sure the product doesn't get here. For a product that's claimed to be the best of the best, you sure do go through a lot to make sure it doesn't end up on our table. But like I said, we're going to do a second review. We're going to order it again. Matter of fact, we might order a couple of them because I have a few people that are interested in doing these tests against your product. This one we're going to keep because how do you explain this at the end of the day? How do you explain your Cinemax and your personal mix not pulling up on our screens correctly, washing out and blending into other screen paint products and household products? Can't explain that one, can you? You're doing a hard time explaining this one too. All right, so we got him painted upstairs in the test room. We're going to take the screen paint we made yesterday. This is the product we made yesterday with the white powder. We're going to be painting this on our wall right here because we're going to be doing tests on all different forms. I don't want people to think that, oh, you're just going after him. No. We're doing tests on everybody. We're doing tests on Partey. We're doing tests on Crow. We got tests against our digital and crystal screen paint products, our own products that we developed and made way back 7 years back. We have tests on the Apple Barrel hobby paint. We have tests on the Sherman Williams 773. So this is just show you at the end of the day, this will make a difference whose screen paint you get. At the end of the day, the screen paint products are obsolete when it comes to that gray screen paint product. They're obsolete. All right, so we got all the stuff here in the box. Let me see, got everything here. All the containers, all that stuff is in there. All right, yeah, all that stuff is here in the box. All right, and we're going to order a brand new one. Now, like I said, you got to do this in a certain way because the individual at the end of the day is scared to death of his product coming down here. We ordered product from him. We got multiple cancellations from him of canceling orders. This is after he actually gave us an agreement that we can go and buy whatever we want from his website. We go making purchases from his website. He goes into a frenzy, starts screaming about harassment, all kinds of stuff at the end of the day, saying he's being harassed because you sent us an invite to buy, so we bought at the end of the day. All right, that's one Karen move. The other one was basically ordering the product, going through the transaction, get the product here, and he sends us black paint. It shows you at the end of the day he can't back his product. But see, this time around, you're not going to figure out who it is, who's making the purchase, when the purchase is coming, but we will have the Cinemax down here on the table for a second review, second unboxing. And as you said before with this product, it can produce an image equal to a black screen. That's what you said in your comments. You also said that it has the ability to be able to pull up in a fully lit environment. Second time around, this is not going to be good. It's always good to get the review done the first time. If we buy your product again, we buy it, and we have somebody else ship it over here, and it does the exact same thing as the other one did, that is not going to be good. So he's going to be on the lookout for any orders that come through for Cinemax. Right now, his alert is going to be up. I don't know why you would have to feel like you're under so much stress at the end of the day if somebody orders your product. I don't know why. If your product works, why are you so stressed out over this? I can see it in his email messages that he sends us emails. Very, very agitated. Very upset, very angry. Well, why? If your product works as you claimed it does, then why are you so irritated at the end of the day? All right, so we're going to take our roller and everything. So that's the stuff there in the box. That is going to be out in the trash today because, like I said, we're going to order a brand new one. I'm going to paint over all the screens that have the Cinemax on it. And we're going to start over brand new, whole nother demonstration, whole new review on your product. That's why I'm going upstairs to show on video that we have. When we go back to this video, when your product gets here the second time around and we go back to this video and says, look, we actually painted over the screens. We threw everything out in the trash. So at the end of the day, his Cinemax is not here in the house. We just had the personal Metallica mix. We reordered the product, had it here, did the unboxing, and it did the exact same thing that the first product did. So keep in mind, as you said, you made that statement, your product can pull a black level equal to a black screen. These are statements that you made. You can turn Phoenix and Phantom technology unwatchable. All right, then. Remember, you made these statements. You better not match that Apple paint. You better not match that Sherman Williams when that second time comes around because it's not going to look good in your behalf. Now we're going to go upstairs. We're going to repaint over the screen. We still have your other products here, so we can do testing against. That's not a problem until the other paint gets here. And we're going to have to do this, like I said, in a different way. Because I said this individual is scared. He's terrified of his product coming here. This is why he doesn't send us the actual product. This is why we have multiple cancellations on him. This is the reason why that he goes through all this stuff at the end of the day to make sure his product doesn't get here because it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. Now you're going to be tested, like I said, along with we're going to have 3 or 4 of our Digital One Crystal Screen Paint products up here. We're going to have everybody up here. Digital One, Paint on Screens, Knox. Everyone's going to be up here. So I don't want anybody thinking that, oh, it's just him, it's just him. No, it's going to be everybody up here. Because at the end of the day, we want to make it known that gray screen paint products, I don't care who you are at the end of the day, gray projection screen, at the end of the day, your products are obsolete. They're not good for anything. Now, after watching those 4 demonstrations downstairs, we watch movies, gaming, just everything else we saw down there on the demonstrations we've done here in the dark. at the end of the day, shows you at the end of the day, these products cannot pull a contrast or color level to save their soul. If you paint this on your screen, you're gonna make a big mistake. Now I have customers that'll go out, they've never seen the videos before, and they'll buy some bare silver screen or some gray primer. They'll paint it on their wall. That has nothing to do with anybody else. And they think this is going to work at the end of the day. It's an expensive projector they just purchased. And that's what these demonstrations are for, self-awareness for our customers and people that are basically on our website. They can get this information at the end of the day, let them know that, no, you don't want to go near these gray screen paint products. This is why we do all these tests. This is why we do them in fully lit environments. So everybody can see everything, not in the dark, not with a bunch of red lighting, not cheating, cutting corners, calibrated projectors, none of that. Basic, simple projectors. I can take a basic 600 by 800 res projector, cheap projector, 150 bucks, and I can show you on here, at the end of the day, you cannot pull contrast or color on a gray screen. At 600 by 800 res. Because if you're telling your customers at the end of the day that they have to spend money for a $3,000 projector in order to get a proper image, that's not a good sales pitch at the end of the day. That's a bad one. All right, let's get started with this new stuff. So already we got half of the screen coated. This is the Apple screen right here, that Apple product, Apple barrel product. We got it right here, and we got it right here. We're going to keep that here, but we're going to paint this section in here. This is all the Cinemax right here. We're going to paint all this out. Now, with the new Cinemax gets here, we're going to paint it right back in. We're going to do the review all over again. So you got a second chance. Now, keep in mind, Crow, you won't know who the customer is. We don't know what state he's coming from. As far as you're concerned, he's going to blend in with the rest of your customers, so you won't see it even coming at the end of the day. You can't taint it. You can't put nothing in it. You can't give him this. You can't give him that because you don't know who it's going to be. And it's not going to be right away. It could be a day. It could be tomorrow. It could be a month from now. You don't know when it's going to be, but it's going to be coming. Parte, we have already in the process of placing orders for items on your shopping cart, on your website that haven't purchased and brought over here. Because at the end of the day, like I said, that whole multi-screen process nonsense, I don't believe in that for a word at all. And I'm willing to basically come on here live and show everybody at the end of the day that you can do the exact same thing with a one coat everyday house paint instead of that multi-process nonsense. Now, I don't want you to feel at the end of the day that we're just picking on you two. We're not picking on you two. We're going to everybody. Even my Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. I bet you $100 my 7-year-old Digital One Crystal Screen Paint will basically blended in both your products. And you don't want that product blended into it. That product is 7 years old. And you're talking about this stuff is supposed to be new. It's not a paint. If it blends into a paint, it's a paint. All right, so what we're going to put on the screen right now is the stuff I mixed up yesterday. I made this yesterday on the camera. We're going to be painting over the Cinemax. And like I said, we're going to put an order in for a new one. We're going to do a second review. And you can't, what are you going to complain about on this one? You can't even complain about the, you're going to complain about the, what do you got over here? The Metallica mix. You can't complain about that. That's your product at the end of the day. All your products at the end of the day. We got done boxes for that one. That came from a customer. That was a really, really messed up. Covered in paint, but that's neither here nor there. All right, so let's get this painted in. Now this is the paint we made yesterday. This is a little mixture. We used three 2 ounces of the 2 ounces of the apple barrel paint, and I put in some white powder. I can't tell you what that is. I put in some white powder and I put in a little gold in there, just a little gold. Not a lot. But I can't tell you what the white powder is. Now that just shows you at the end of the day that no matter what you do, no matter how you design your gray screen paint product, I don't care if it's dark gray, I don't care what it is, at the end of the day, it's not going to beat our black technology in no way whatsoever. Now, those of you who call yourself have to make a dark gray mix, we're going to make that too and show you what happens. A dark gray mix has a problem. One problem with the dark mix is white levels. White levels come up really dirty on the dark gray mix. There's a lot of black paint in it. That's why. It'll pick up the contrast, but contrast equal to a black screen, not going to happen. You're not going to beat a black screen with a gray screen. Gunmetals can't even do that, and they're certified, so they can't even do that. I like this little roller. I do. So I come over here. There we go. I don't say I'm not a fair man, because I'm a very fair man. The same paint that we use, the apple barrel, the same paint, I bought a black version, I put it against my own screen. It didn't match. So we did the test ourselves on our own products. Now, the first thing we're going to do on the first review, when your product gets here, you and Partey, we're going to put you against 773 house paint. Remember, you're going to have to show a difference between night and day. No hiccups, no bumps. I mean night and day. Like the demonstrations I just did downstairs on that black technology versus all that gray paint. You see the difference in that? Yeah, huge, massive difference. Huge, massive difference. That's what you got to be to show at the end of the day. All right, let's make sure we get our corners real nice. Start off in here. We got our corners all the way around the edges. I'll put this is the product we made yesterday. Now, I don't want to, like I said, at the end of the day, he's going to get all offensive. Like, oh, but it's not towards you, man. I said any gray screens. You don't own the rights to all gray screens. Any gray screens. We want to show at the end of the day, whether you're using tablecloths, whether you're using house paint, I don't care what you're using today. It will not match black technology and it's obsolete. You should not be painting it on your walls. You shouldn't be doing it at all. I don't even know why people still use white screens at the end of the day. I still use white screens. Why do you have a white screen? You know how old white screens are? If it was just towards you, all your products would be up there. It's everybody. Even Digital One Crystal Screen Paint is going to be up there too. Yes, sir. Our product's going to do the same thing. It's a great paint. It's a great paint. But same reaction. It's going to wash out. It's not going to pick up the contrast levels. None of that nonsense. That's what it's going to do. Exactly what it's going to do. On the way, my beautiful. Now I'm going to have to make some more of my digital crystal screen paints. We put the best of the best, which is the best one of the digital crystal screen paints is that silver. That's the best one that we have before we decided not to make gray screen paints anymore. So that's what we went with, you know what I mean? That's what was up there. We had everybody up there on the sample sheet, everybody up there versus the black technology. All that's gray screen paint versus that black screen. And that black screen was still able to knock y'all out with no problem. Didn't take long. I just did one on movies a few minutes ago. Showing you at the end of the day, even if you show movies, it's not going to pull up. Now, for those of you who want to have a little discussion about how, well, if you're watching movies, you're supposed to be in the dark. Not really. If you got a TV set, right? Do you have to be in the dark to watch a movie? No, you can have your TV set on. You're going to have all your lights on in the environment. I told you, that's the big right. The people who have TVs talk about at the end of the day why they don't like freaking motorized and projection screens because you got to be in the dark. That's the biggest argument they have over there against projection screens. Why would I buy them when I got to be in the dark 24/7? That's their biggest gripe. So if you're going to argue and say, well, you should be in the dark to watch a movie, no, you should not be in the dark. At 5,000 lumens, heck no, you should not be in the dark. Even at 1,000 lumens, you shouldn't be in the dark to watch a movie. You should be to watch a movie with the lights on. Mind you, if you have one of those set-top box TVs, projection screen setups, that's designed so you can have the lights on and watch a movie at the same time. You should do that anyway. It shouldn't have to be ultra short though, but that's what they advertise it for. It's their way of marketing and going head to head with the TV industrial. At the end of the day, look, we got a projector here. We can have the lights on, big screen experience. We can have, it doesn't have to be stuck in a theater room. It can be in a lounge or in the bedroom. That's what it's designed for. That's no advertising behind it. Ain't no point in having the advertising behind it if you got, every time you see a demonstration with somebody having it stuck in a dark environment, why would I want it at the end of the day? But again, like I said, it's nothing wrong with the projector. The projector is perfectly fine. It's the screen that's being projected off. Like I said, big difference. The fellow who had the Dark Star 9, who was displaying that same projector, was doing it in a fully lit environment. All the rest of them were in the dark because they didn't have the Dark Star 9. They probably didn't have an expensive screen. So that shows you where the gray screen paint gets you at. Why doesn't it do the exact same thing that the other demonstrations do at the end of the day? What's the problem there? There we go. Now that strip you're seeing in the middle, that right there is the hobby paint. That's the hobby paint right there. So there you go, Crow. Your screen is no more here. It's gone. We're going to reorder your product again. Now, second time around, you better pray when that product gets here and we unbox it on that kitchen table. You better pray it doesn't match any of the house paints. It doesn't match the tablecloths. It doesn't match anything we have over here. You better hope that we put that thing next to a black screen. It better pull a contrast level equal to the Phantom. And we better be to do this in a fully lit environment. We're not talking about dark environments with a red light in the corner. We're talking about a max out zone. And keep in mind, you're going to be doing it outside too. I don't care how cold it is outside. You're going outside with that screen, with that black technology. You should be, like I said, you should be the fool. You made all these accusations, right? So you should be to back them up. Second time around, it's like getting a second chance. So we'll see. We'll see. Make sure we got you covered a little bit in here. We'll see. And peeking back if this product does what it's supposed to do. Now, do I believe this is going to happen? No, I don't believe it's not going to happen. There's no such thing as a gray screen pulling a contrast over equal to a black screen. That's not going to happen. Sorry. Got certified screens that can't even do that one. I think it's just somebody talking a whole lot of trash on camera, making accusations that they can't basically back up. Because if it could do all this stuff, as he claimed it did, it could pull these amazing contrast levels next to a black screen. You could just go right over to Home Depot today, go pick yourself up a gallon of black paint, paint that down the side of your screen, fully lit that environment, no dark environment, and blend your screen into a black surface. You don't need a product to do that. Just go get some black paint. Show us how it's done. Because I would love to see this. I've never seen this in the over 12 years I've been in business. I've never seen a gray screen blend into a black screen and show a perfect image. But if you don't mind, you can do that. Like I said, if you have this technology you claim you have, you don't need a product to do that. Go buy some everyday black paint. Paint the side of your screen. If your screen paint does what you say it does, it should blend right into that black screen perfectly. Now, as I said before, don't do this with the lights out. Fully lit environment, which means the meter must stay in the center of the floor, and you have to pull a max out. Max out means that's the maximum amount of light you're going to have in the environment. It's a lot of light. You see what happens to gray screens when we have them downstairs in the max out zone, they wash out. Those of you didn't see the pictures, I got to dry. I'll show you the pictures right now. We already posted on the Facebook already. Showing people at the end of the day, you do not want to go near a gray screen. If I paint it on here, ugh. Can can imagine what it would look like in here with it. All this being gray? Are you kidding me? Oh, man. Here we go. Let's go over here to Facebook. If you ever want to check out our photos that we load up, we got them over here. These are photos we're now going to add to the website. Under our Phantom technology, we're going to basically be adding this in there so people, when they go buy our products, they can see the difference between a gray screen versus our black technology. Now, until then, till your product gets here, we still have your other mixes here already. And as far as I'm concerned, they're matching that 773 with no problem whatsoever. Here we go. That's the picture. That's the video we just did downstairs, remember? Yeah, they're posted to the site that fast. So for those of you who don't know, if you didn't see the video, we did 4 of these videos. These are going to the website today. This right here is the Digital 1 Crystal Screen Paint Elite. It's a silver version. That is Crow's Metallica mix. That is Crow's Personal mix. That is Sherman Williams. That's the tablecloth. And that right there at the bottom right there is the hobby paint. And right there is Phantom Technology. There's our product right there, showing that's our product right there. And that's the Sherman Williams right there. The pictures came out quite nice. So let me show you. We just posted these. Let me show you right there. So you can see exactly the difference between our product and what you're going to be, what's going to happen to your screen at the end of the day. And we got the videos to match these up. It's important that when you take the pictures that you have the videos to back them up so people can go in and actually see the videos along with the pictures. Everything is in sync. See how bad that image comes up? That is pretty bad. Look at that. Look at the skin tone here on the black technology. Look at the fruit. Look how vivid the fruit looks. Look how washed out it is here. The background must always remain black in any of these demonstrations. Oh man, that is gorgeous, isn't it? Look how rich the color is there. Depending here, washed out here, washed out here. Now mind you, keep in mind, it's not just his products up here. We have my products under Digital Crystal Screen Paint. We have a Sherman Williams. We have the tablecloth. It just shows you at the end of the day, I don't care what gray screen you get at the end of the day, you can't compete with black technology. At the end of the day, your product is going to wash out. If you want the best for your projector, then that's where our technology comes in. If you want to cheat your projector and give it an absolute crappy image, sit there in the dark like a vampire all day long, and at the end of the day, sit there and calibrate, then guess what? You go with a gray screen paint mix. But at the end of the day, any one of these would do the exact same thing, any one of them. Except for the only difference is 2 of these on here would cost you $80 to $90. This would cost you $24. This over here cost you $40 a gallon to make. That's the digital one. It's right here at, I got to add it up. I think it's like $32 to make this at $2 an ounce. We got to add it up at $2 an ounce. But it just shows you at the end of the day. Tablecloth is $21. Now, let's not forget, people. Let's not forget. Remember, through Crow's professional review on the tablecloth versus a Phantom, he feels he has an actual real Phantom. As he said, this is the tablecloth right there. And that review, in that dark environment, where we are in a well-lit environment when we do our demonstrations, we're able to produce a beautiful image, color, contrast, beautiful bright colors, next to the same tablecloth that he claims turned our product dark. Interesting. But you're matching the tablecloths right here with no problem. Let's keep going. Look at that. Look at the color you lose. There's a lot of color, ain't it? It's a lot of freaking color. Now, these screens could produce better color, but you would have to be in the dark to do it. That's where you have to be at. That's what I mean by you being in an unrealistic environment. Do you know how bad that looks? When you basically can show that a black technology can outperform all these gray screens. That's why I said, Partey, you're going to be on this wall pretty soon. You're coming soon. You're going to be on this wall. And the second review of Crow's product, again, will be placed on this wall. And we're going to put down second review. Shows that we went in and bought your product. We don't. The first time it shipped to us for free, but we got your product twice. The first time down here. If it fails the second time, oh. Well, let's keep going. This is the demonstration that you showed in the dark. I told you at the end of the day, when you do contrast demonstrations are never to be done in the dark. Simple and plain. If you are the customer, see how these screens washed out? These screens, keep in mind the Digital One. When people say, what about the Digital One? Digital One is 7 years old. That's a 7-year-old product. 7 years back, if you had one light in your environment, that was ambient light rejection. A lot of you not. Now today, oh, no. Your environment has to be blown up at the end of the day. You have to have a well-lit environment. With the high tech we have in projectors now and ambient light rejection technology, oh yeah, you have to be in a well-lit environment. So if you're matching a 7-year-old product, any screen that matches that screen, not good. That screen is a Digital One. That's a 7-year-old product, which means you're matching a 7-year-old screen. If you notice this product is blending into, it looks the same thing. That's the hobby paint. So this is 80 bucks, $80 to $89. This is 40 bucks a gallon. That's 80 to 89 a quart. We have this around, I say about $32. If you were to buy a quart of this, about $32. Probably less than that. We got that like with that it's like $2 there. 97 cents for every 2 ounces. So we have to add that up. I think it's probably less than 32. It's way less than $32. This right here is around the personal mix right here, laying against this is around $80 to $89. This right here is Sherman Williams. That's $23 a gallon. But the reason why I express why you have to do demonstrations in fully lit environments, because you have to think about the customer. People, when they do these demonstrations, all they want is their product to look good on camera. That's all they care about. Make the product look good on camera. It doesn't make a difference how many corners they got to cut as long as it looks good on camera. So say Bob basically sees this demonstration of this screen in the dark and doesn't really think much about it and buys the product and then goes home and sticks it in his environment and turns on the lights and the screen washes out and looks like this. Now Bob's going to be upset because Bob paid about 80 bucks for this product. So Bob's going to call the person who actually made the product and ask him, has he done any demonstrations in a fully lit environment on this product? What can the other person say? Nothing at the end of the day. Because he doesn't do demonstrations with contrast levels. But you know, he's going to tell him, my product's not ambient light rejection. I never said that at the end of the day. You never said at the end of the day that your product is not ambient light rejection. Biggest excuse in the world. But you want to test it against products that are ambient light rejection, like this black technology in here is ambient light rejection technology. That's why I said at the end of the day, you got to learn to stay in your lane. Because by coming over here with our black technology that's designed to be put up in fully lit environments, our stuff is ambient light rejection. So that's what you tell your customers at the end of the day. I want to go head to head and try to compete with an ambient light rejection technology, but yet my stuff is not. At the end of the day, when your stuff starts washing out. What's the next excuse we come up with? My personal favorite. You have to calibrate your projector. If you want the best optimized view and pleasure from your projector, you're going to have to calibrate it. I don't get that one. I don't calibrate my projectors. I don't have that problem. I don't even know where they, mind you know how old calibrating a projector comes from? Again, I explained this to you people over and over again. Calibrating projectors came from the white aerial projection screens. That's where it came from. So if you got a brand new projector, this year model, and you're in the dark calibrating a projector, then mind you, they used to do that stuff back in the 60s and 70s on calibrating projectors because they had white screens. Look at some, you got to go back and look at the older demonstrations. You know, if you had a projector back then, I mean, you had a movie room, it was guaranteed it was going to be in the dark. It was definitely going to be in the dark. It was unheard of to have a projection screen in a fully lit environment, unheard of. I think they probably had somewhere during that time, they probably still was using 35 millimeters. Some people were still using 35 millimeters. Slideshows. I remember my pop and the people next door used to always go out. They used to always go to Disney World. They always travel. And they used to come over to the shoebox for the slideshows. And they would take the 1.1 screen and they pull it down and connect it. And they do the slideshows and they would narrate everything they went through. You ever been to a slideshow before? You don't even know what sheer hell is. And excuse my French, but it's not a curse word. But you don't know what sheer hell is until you actually sit through a slideshow. Those of you who remember what slideshows are, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But you would have these people sit back and narrate for hours on end. They could hours on it narrate on one particular slide that could go on forever about this, that, and the other. And you had to sit there and listen to these yokers in the back talking about, yeah, well, this is where Bob basically got his suntan at. Oh, it's just a fabulous time. This is where we met the Parkers. That they're just beautiful people at the end of the day, and blah, 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 blah. Like, my goodness, are you freaking kidding me? Yeah, and you would be in this really, really dark environment where you couldn't see jack at the end of the day. All you see is that screen just flickering right in front of you. I remember 35 millimeter. I remember when I was coming up in school, it was no freaking streaming. It was no VCRs. It was no DVDs. It was a 35 millimeter film that came in, and they would hook it up from reel to reel, and they would feed it through the feeder, and that thing, and you had the lights to do, lines squiggling across the screen. That's my era. So I've been around a long time when it comes to projection. Those white screens have been around that far. They've been screens have been around since 1.1. That's the ratio, aspect ratio on a projection screen, 1.1. So yeah, if you're using a white screen, you've been around there. That's why they killed when they said, oh, the white screen has a 2.0 or 1.0. Bullcrap, 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 bullcrap. It'll wash out all the same. I don't care. What are you doing? Get out of there, nutcase. Yeah, doesn't make a difference. You're going to wash out. A gray screen is just a little slight pump up from a white screen. That's all it is. I got a white screen right behind that whatchamacallit. We got to take that. We got a huge, I forgot, I got a huge massive white screen right there. Next demonstration tomorrow. We're going to take the white screen products. We're going to stick it behind the white. I forgot we had that there. You see that huge screen? That's a 250-inch white screen behind the back of this, used for testing. We're going to remove, lift up the acoustic screen. We're going to take these screens right here and we're going to put them up and see how much of a difference we're going to get of a white screen versus gray screen paint products. But let's finish scrolling through our little show here. See how beautiful that looks? A lot of people sit there and go, but I got a projector. My projector has a 1,000,000 to 1, so you can't see it. These screens that they display them off in showrooms are on gunmetal screens. They don't put them on these light screens at the end of the day. For what? They're not going to pick up contrast levels. They know they're not going to pick up contrast levels. That's why they stick them on gunmetal screens. So this is what my customers are seeing right now. When they go onto my Facebook page, they're looking at these slides. My new customers are coming in. It's a wake-up call at the end of the day that don't go to Home Depot, don't go to Lowe's, don't buy gray screen paint products, because at the end of the day, you are going to wreck your screen and you're going to be sitting in the dark the entire time trying to pick up a contrast level in somewhat decent color. It is. Can't even pick up the color correctly on the Transformers. See the color of that vehicle? Look at it here and look at it here. People think they can get an easy fix. Oh yeah, I'm just going to go down to Lowe's and Home Depot, pick up some gray paint my wall to do the same thing. No, you just cheated the daylights out of your projector. You're not going to get the same thing. Where's the contrast at? Told you the most dangerous screen. I said that a long time ago, before we even developed the Phantom. I told you to work on a super jet black screen that can see white levels. And I said the most dangerous screen you could possibly have is a black screen that can pull up in the same contrast level, number one, and can see white light. That's a dangerous screen. Because that's a screen that can blend easily into a gray screen, but can pull a contrast that a gray screen can't even see at the end of the day. It can produce colors that gray screens can do, and they can do it in fully lit environments. And a true ambient light rejection technology. This is not ambient light rejection. He's right on that. He's 100% right on that. When he says his screens are not ambient light, they're not. They can't be ambient light. No way in the world. An ambient light rejection screen means your screen can take in light without fading. It is not supposed to wash out. It's supposed to maintain its image. If that screen fades or washes out, it's not ambient light rejection at all, period. So you're even buying an even older product Digital crystal screen paints are not ambient light rejection. You will not find one video anywhere saying that screen is ambient light rejection. It's not, it's gray. So if the new technology today is ambient light rejection, ceiling light rejection technology, and this product is not ambient light rejection, then you're buying an older paint. And that's what the term of ambient light rejection means. It means your screen can take in a ton of light, reject it, and still maintain the image crystal clear, without fading, without washing out. It should look the same way as you turn the lights on and off. It should look exactly the same. Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't think about that. We're going to have to do some picture demonstrations. We're going to do picture demonstrations with the lights on and off. So in the Batman here, on, lights off, lights on. So you can see a comparison. You need to see a comparison of that. We got to do that next. That's going to be for tomorrow. See all the detail? It's going here and it's going here. I don't want people to think at the end of the day, if you get Sherman Williams paint or you get the tablecloth, that it's going to do you wonders. At the end of the day, it's basically going to do it's going to give you a dance up or a bump up. It's the only one I've seen that could actually do it was actually that dark gray tablecloth. That could do it. We'll do some tests on that, but that could definitely do it. But other than that, they're all going to do the same thing. It's just the only different at the end of the day is one's going to cost you $80 to $89 and another one's going to cost you $20 to $25. That's the difference. But they all do the same thing. Look at that. Now, for those of you who feel that all these pictures are doctored, we have the videos live to match every last one of them. Every last one of these pictures we're taking is a video attached to them. They're on YouTube right now. Every last one was done live. That's why I did them live this morning. Because I knew when I take these pictures, come on, you do pictures like this, people look at it and go, oh, that's doctored. Somebody went in, they Photoshopped, whatever. But when you have the actual live video attached to it, that's a different story. Look at this. Look at the Hulkbuster. Look how beautiful that image looks. Could you imagine having that gray screen paint product or that tablecloth or that Sherman Williams or that Digital One or that Crows paint or that hobby paint smeared across your home theater setup at the end of the day? Mine is that we don't have a small projector down there. We're using a commercialized projector. That's a Chrissy 5,000 lumen projector. So what if I get 4K? 4K is not going to change it. There's people sitting there with the P2 and I watch the demonstrations. They're sitting in the dark with that thing. That thing is sitting right up on top of the screen at 3,000 lumens and they're in the dark with it. And there it is right there. Isn't that beautiful? These are the ones, this is the black test demonstrations we put onto the site for people to get that eye opener so they can see exactly what they're purchasing. At the end of the day, what they're getting. We got another demonstration in here. That's my PC mod I put up there real quick for some fun. Actually, the projector I put up there. I had a few people requesting, want to pay me some money, some serious money to make their projectors for gaming projectors. And I'm like, nope. It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. That's why we cut the projector in half. We cut it in half so we can give people an understanding that you're only buying half of a projector when you use a gray screen paint product. You know, these two, right? We did a video on these two. You can see exactly what you're buying at the end of the day. The screen is just washed out. This is in the middle of the paint. I was in the middle of painting the screen. I was like, oh, this would make great pictures. People relate to that. Half a projector. That's what you're getting at the end of the day when you use a gray screen paint product. Half of a projector. And mind you, that's not even black. That's our gunmetal. That's gunmetal technology. Let me see. Come out of here real quick on this one. There's demonstrations with our products. Our products on 1,000 lumens. 1,000 lumens, where we post this stuff 1,000 lumens. Black versus black test. Showing a demonstration against black vinyl, black paint. The multi-room. That's a multi-room setup. They love that one. They love that. See multiple projectors go fire off on a wall at the same time. Yeah, they like that. I wonder if I got the ones with the sunlight coming through. That's the one I did the 235.1. I'm gonna do another one. We're gonna break this one in half. That has multi pictures. We can do on that one right there. These are the still shots you don't see. Whatchamacallit used to have an option where you can put in slideshows, but they don't allow you to do it anymore, which is a shame because a lot of pictures you guys don't get a chance to see. There's a demonstration right there. Black fabric, black paint versus our technology. That's the kind of stuff that Jamie and Partey are going to have to do at the end of the day. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to do it. And you're going to have to post it. You're going to have to show the difference between your product and gray paint. At the end of the day, I can show my customers at the end of the day that you're not getting black paint at the end of the day because we can back our product up 100%. The question is, can you do it? Can you back your product up? What's the difference between your product and Sherman Williams? What's the difference between your product and gray paint and hobby paint and anything else you can possibly find? Bullseye, primer. What's the difference between that? Can you show us at 13 feet back a significant difference between night and day? This is the difference between night and day on our product. Let's go over to, real quick, because I got to be in editing anyway in this section anyway. This is my website. Now, you've seen Crow's website, you've seen Partey's website. Y'all have no information at all, period. I have tons of videos, pictures, demonstrations, just about everything you can possibly think of. Right now, we got to make a section right now for the gray versus black pretty soon on that one. So when a customer comes into my page, you guys have in your page that your stuff works with some ambient light. You know, your products don't work with any ambient light. Because if it works with ambient light, your screen's not supposed to fade. It's not to wash out, no tannish look, no discoloration. Nothing should be posted. Nothing should come on the screen. I saw one when Partey was showing the screen with the cookie cutter screen under the fireplace. When he went to go turn his camera to the side, I saw the Chromecast. When they go into timeout mode, they show slideshows of pictures. Your entire screen from one section to the next was completely washed out. That shouldn't have happened if you had a real screen paint product. You see right here? This is what you have to be to show at the end of the day. That's a black screen in the center that's pulling a blue that high, that is making the green the screen around it that's made out of gray paint wash out. This section alone by itself would crush anything you have on your site. This is our products outside at 150 inches, 180 inches, 140 inches. Y'all don't have any demonstrations like this on your sites. There's a 180 inch right there, video. There's a dual 150 inches back to back. We got about 1,000 pictures on here. You don't have nothing like this. As I said, our pictures are unmatched. If you're going to tell me yourself is ambient light rejection technology, I laugh at you at the end of the day. This is ambient light rejection technology. I can take a screen outside at 150 inches, drop a projector back 27 feet at 720p, and I can produce images like this. But yet, y'all got these little tiny pictures in the dark. Look at that. That's a 720p projector. No calibrating, 270 bucks. That's it. Dual screen side by side. Outside demonstrations on the deck. inflatable blow-up screens. Look at that. Got a video to match every single one of them. 12 o'clock in the afternoon. We don't deal with some ambient light. You know what this demonstration is? This is an 8. This is a Supreme 8 outside. In this demonstration, I painted the screen outside. Tell me how many people do demonstrations like that. This is a demonstration screen being painted outside versus a gray and white screen. This is the 8. This is the technology. Like I said, Jamie fears black technology. Any black technology company is scared to death of it. This is an 8 doing this. That is Jamie's gray paint right here. This is gray screen paint. We painted over screen, and that's a white screen. I bet you if I take your Cinemax outside right now, it won't push. When we get it down here, when we put the order in, again, to bring it down here, it'll fail again. There we go, outside motorized projection screen. That same cheap screen, the one you see in the next room, yeah, that's one of those right there. I custom built a stand for it so I can take it outside and watch movies. Y'all can't match. That's at the end of the day when I tell you that they can't match your pictures. People go to our website and look at the stuff we have on here. Your websites don't even come close to what we have on our websites. You see this right here? Remember the demonstration I told you? We mounted a laser projector to the side of the deck. This is the screen laying on the ground. This is to show how much ambient light the screens could take in. We laid them flat on the ground, had the projector project this way down. Watch this right here. That's an angle gain right there. When you can sit there and watch the screen pick up from here to here to here while the projector sits over top. See, there's a projector mount right there. My deck is about 11 feet high, starting from that area right there. That's the kind of stuff that you have to do at the end of the day to call your products the best. You're in the dark. Recap for Jamie real quick. You're in the dark talking about your product being the best. And I'm outside with a laser projector, 11 feet high, producing an image on my cement, on a screen laying against the cement. And you want to call yourself the best. Again, like I said, I've done demonstrations on so many different levels, it's not even funny. That's a black screen out there. That's an 8 sitting out there. And y'all are stuck in the dark. Stuck in the dark, in the house. Can't even make out anything in the house. Room so dark that literally you can see the sunlight pushing in around the curtain. Clearly showing that it was daytime outside when you darken your apartment. And here I am outside in my backyard with a projector mounted 11 feet high, producing an image on the ground outside. This is why I prefer to be outside than be inside at the end of the day, because you get to, it's more of a challenge. And you got a nerve to call your product the best. Please, your product's a joke. So when y'all sit there and hear me on camera talk about, yeah, he's a joke, this, that, and the other, yeah, remember what you just saw here today. When we watched Mr. Bird just show all these demonstrations, all outside demonstrations, 150-inch screens, dual back-to-backs, screens mounted to the side of the deck, all kinds of crazy stuff. And he's in the dark talking about how his product is supposed to be the best. Please. There you go. That's the 150-inch screen. The girl with the black makeup on, yeah, we took it outside. You took all this trash. You're sitting in the dark. That's why I was laughing on camera. My buddy was crying. We picked the phone. He was laughing. He's like, you didn't do that to that man. Don't tell me you did that to the man. So he deserved it at the end of the day. You took that. I told you that one image you took of that girl in the black makeup. I said, I'm gonna bounce that thing off everything. We bounced it off ceilings. We bounced it outside. Oh, come on, man. I took that thing outside. Look at the time of the day is. Was able to pull that product, pull that image with no problem whatsoever on our Black technology. And you trying to produce an image in the dark talking about quality. That's not quality. This is quality. That's a 180-inch screen outside. That's before I started feeding the squirrels. That's before COVID. That's before I started feeding the squirrels. Squirrels fertilized my backyard. Look at this. Outside. Look at the angle gain I pulled up off that screen. That's on the Sony DPO FX36, the one I got in the next room. That's what I use. $300 projector, that's it. And they're watching Star Wars outside. That's when my neighbor came outside. He was like, what the freak? That's what he said out of his mouth. When he saw it, he said, what the freak is that? Is that a TV? I said, no, that's a projection screen. He didn't see, because remember, there's a tree there. The tree got cut down this year. So he didn't see the tree there. He came up there and said, what the freak is that a TV? I was like, nah. He says, the projector's right there. He had to move a little farther to see the projector. I tell people at the end of the day, man, if you want to grow grass in your backyard, see all them bald spots in my backyard right there? All them bald spots like that. If you want to grow grass in your backyard, feed the animals in your yard and see what happens. Feed the birds, the squirrels. Just feed them every day and see what happens. Do you see that area right there? See that huge, massive dirt patch right there? See that right there? Let me show you something real quick. See if we can go back to that one right there. I can go back. Yeah, because when I first started, I was like, how am I going to deal with that? Because I don't want to be doing videos back there. And I got this huge, massive dirt spot. And another problem I had with it, when I had screens out there, because there was no grass out there, when it would rain and the mud would splash all over the side of the screen because there was no grass there at all, period. So when COVID hit, it started with one squirrel. So when COVID hit, I was feeding this one squirrel, and he just came along with 3, then 4, then 5. I said, well, I can't feed them on the deck because they're going to start coming on the deck and start chewing and messing up the deck. So I started feeding them out there every day, and they would come out there by the stump every day, and they would eat every day. And it was squirrels, birds, raccoons. At night, it was all kinds of stuff that was popping up. One day, I went out there, looked over the rail, and I was like, what the freak? The grass grew in because they were out there fertilizing my yard like crazy. Feeding all these animals, and this is the results. I'll show you the results I got from it. My grass was thick. My neighbor's, he's all about his lawn and everything. And he was like, what the freak did you put out there? You got some miracle grow? I said, no, I was feeding the animals. That's all I was doing. I didn't realize it when I went to go lean over the side of the deck, when I saw how lush the grass was. And I mean, all along the side of the whole, all on the side of my fence and everything was crazy, man. And all that came from, and it's still that way. It's still that way. I got to go out there with my mower and cut everything down. But man, this is what the grass cut. This is when they cut the grass. They cut it down some. You don't see one bald spot. That was caused by animals going in my yard and going to the bathroom. And you wouldn't smell it as an animal. You wouldn't smell it. Little animals smell it. And fertilize the daylights out of my freaking yard. And pictures are impressive, right? That's 720p. That's all 720p projector right there. That's where they cut the tree down right there. But 720p, that's it. Do you see the grass in the front? You see how thick that is? Yeah, that was caused by animals, not caused by chemicals and stuff you want to spray in there to make the grass grow and nonsense. No, it came from me feeding these squirrels and whatever was going on in my backyard and whatever they were doing. I guess they were going to the bathroom, whatever fertilizer, magic poop they got at the end of the day. But that's how thick my grass was. That's how thick it grows. It's thicker than my neighbor's yard over there. And his neighbor, his grass is pretty good. He paid somebody to come out and do it. That's what I was asking him to say, what did you do? And I was like, I was just feeding the animals. That's pretty much it. Yeah, using nature's God's intended animals that are designed to fertilize the earth. Look at this. Look how thick the bush came in over there. That's how thick the grass is in my yard now. I can walk out there barefooted. My man was like, what the freak did you do? Because the yard's been like that for the longest time. It's been bald like that for the longest time. And I just happened to look over the side of the rail and I was like, whoa, okay, this is different. Yeah, they fertilized the daylights out of my yard. Compared to that bald spot that I had. That's why I didn't want to do too many demonstrations outside because it's kind of embarrassing. It's this big bald spot out there. Now my grass is thick out there, man. Not only that, they fertilized all of that. They fertilized that, the front yard, everything. Oh, downside is I got to come out there with an extra trimmer. I got to cut all that down because it grows pretty fast now, whatever they did out there. But yeah, just no, I was thinking about getting some kind of spray. I did buy the spray. I bought the seeds that you put out there. You put out there some kind of miracle grow. But I got a couple of little strands here and there. That's basically about it. That's all I got out of it. That was it. That's all I got. But the minute I started feeding these guys, one summer, this is what your yard turned into one summer. So I'm gonna go out there and get it trimmed down. I got my mower. I want to put a pre-order in for one of those robot mowers that goes out. It's in a charging station. And yeah, I did the research before I bought it. And it moves down the whole entire area. I'm gonna have it right up there, man. I'm gonna have my grass is gonna be nice and plush this summer. But yeah, they hooked it up, man. All that came from freaking squirrels. At the end of the day, I took a lot of these squirrels. I was showing my buddy. He was talking about I was talking about what I need to do for back. I was going to pay for a landscaper to come out there and basically fix the grass, and that was going to cost me a little bit of some money. I got to build one of these out of a screen. But look at this compared to what you just saw. Can you imagine that? How thick my grass is now. All that came from the animals that I fed for 1 year in my yard. I still feed them anyway, then regardless of the yard. That's what they did to my yard. It went from that to that. I'll show my buddy that. Look at the grass in the back. Man, I tell you, at the end of the day, man, God's creatures are freaking amazing. No chemicals, no fertilizer, none of that. Just feeding them and letting them do their job as they're supposed to do in the yard. And didn't smell anything or nothing. That's what they're designed to do. They're fertilizer. They fertilize the earth. If a man want to sit there and drop all these chemicals into the earth at the end of the day, drop all these chemicals and pesticides and stuff, man, you're destroying the earth while you're doing that nonsense, contaminating the earth. Just let the animals do their thing. All right, well, that's basically about it for me. I am done. We got all the Jamie stuff out of here. We're going to put this order in. We got to do this order. I hate to say sneaky, but that's where we're going to have to go with this because, like I said, if this product worked, I don't know why we got to go through all these freaking hoops and freaking loops and everything else just to get this product down here at the end of the day. I mean, he's going to sit there and say, well, I don't do with scammers at the end of the day. Dude, you sent us an email that we could buy from you. So, no, at the end of the day, I'm sorry. You took money from us at the end of the day. So, no, you can't back your product. But like I said, second time around, let's see what happens. Let's see if this product can produce. I need to upgrade these pictures into my site right there. That's my customer stuff showing off. Customer video demonstrations, yeah. This is where we're doing all the videos for. This is Phantom. Phantom's missing 1, 2, 3. We got 3 demonstrations to do for that Phantom gamer. That's the ceiling and light rejection. Showing off our ceiling and light rejection, true ceiling light rejection technology. Our videos are showing off our screens right there. They don't have nothing like this on their site. Look at this, 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 look at this. I gotta do that. I'm doing all that today. Look at the pictures on that. And y'all showing me pictures in the dark. I'm showing you pictures of my screen bouncing off the ceiling. Enough said, man. That's why I said he wanted to go back and forth with these whole picture wars. Why you want to go back and picture wars? You show the same pictures every day. Same tiny little screen in the same place with the same projector. You got any pictures of outside, anything like that? All right, so his screen's painted over. We got to wait a while because, like I said, if we order it right away, he's going to get suspicious. He's going to try to cancel the order or figure out who's placing the order. It's a shame I got to go through all that just to get paint out of this guy at the end of the day. Him and Partey. It's all painted over. You can all see it's all painted over. That's done. So, see, I kept my word. Your stuff is going to go out in the trash. We're going to reorder again. Well, it's not reorder. We're going to have it here again and do the review the second time around. What is your excuse going to be this time? I'm curious to see where it's coming from. I'm curious to see what you're going to have this time. So, test when your product gets here is going to be your product versus black screens, because you say you can put the same contrast level. We want to do that right there. Max out zone test, you're going to be doing that. Certified screen test, we ordered the least darker screens, going to be coming in. You're definitely going to be going against that at the end of the day, because you said you could pull better than a black screen, and elite screen is a pretty dark screen, so you should be able to beat that screen with no problem whatsoever. I know we can, but I wonder if you can do it. Let me see. We're going to do some outside demonstrations and also too the matches. Let's match your product against the 773 Silver Mist. You guys haven't seen that yet. We ordered that for these tests coming up. What's that paint that called? The Apple Bearing or Barrel paint, that hobby paint. We got 5 of those that we're going to put you against. You haven't seen those yet. We're going to 5 more. We're going to bring those. Let me see what else. Digital One Crystal Screen Paint products. I'm going to match your product against Partey's product because I'm curious to see how close you 2 screens come together. I got to see that one at the end of the day. That's going to be an interesting one right there. Partey's, his tests are going to be interesting. So we're going to take his product down to Lowe's and we're going to match his product, the first coat. That's all we want. We don't want the rest of it. We want the last coat. The last coat we want to match up. We want to see if it's possible. We can just paint 1 coat in and get the same reaction if we put in the 4 applications. So I'm actually going to sit there. Oh man, I swear, I tell you at the end of the day, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to do his application, the whole thing by the book. I'm going to do it right there on camera. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go down to Home Depot and match the last application, paint that in. And I guarantee you it all matches without, I guarantee that one does the same thing the other one does without the other applications. I guarantee you at the end of the day, does the same thing. We even drop in some distilled water. We'll do some with some distilled water, some without distilled water. We'll do one where we basically paint an extra 5th coat, because he said an extra 5th coat would make the screen slightly brighter. So we're going to do that one outside and see if it brings up a much brighter image. Yeah, we got some tests. We're going to run through that one right there. How long does it take the screen to dry? Different applications, that stacking system. If we take 1 and 2 and leave out 4, well, actually 1 and 2 and leave out 3 and 4, does that cause a different reaction? If we leave in 4 and 3 and take out 2 and 1, does that leave a different reaction? Hey, Taco. All right, people, I'm out of here. I know that you naysayers get upset and you get angry and all that. What are you getting angry about at the end of the day? I'm curious. I'm going to give an open mic to you guys one day. What are you angry about? What makes you so angry? What makes you upset? Huh? Because Mr. Bird can come out here and back his products at 100%. You don't like that, do you? You don't like the fact that I can make your screens fade out just like that. You don't like that? I can produce images outside. You don't like that at the end of the day. You know what that's called? It's called jealousy. That's what it's called. Envy and jealousy. That's what you just displayed at the end of the day. Because I can back my product at 100%. That's what you're mad about at the end of the day? Because I can show the very stuff that you have on your wall that I can make it myself. Hey, no one told you. At the end of the day, learn to do your research. That's what you need to do. You spent the amount of time doing the research on a projector, right? You went out and you looked at all the different forum sites and here's and that and who you brought it and on YouTube and whatever. You did all that research on a projector, right? To just buy a crappy screen paint at the end of the day that you didn't do any research on. You just bought it for the sake of just bought it. And at the end of the day, probably most of you have already pretty much tried to put Mr. Bird on blast by saying, you know what, I'm going to prove him wrong. Please do. Please prove me wrong. Please, please, I'm begging you. Prove me wrong. Go out and buy the 773. Go buy any gray screen paint you want and go put that against your product and see if it doesn't blend in. Please do. I'm begging you. I'm saying this with a grin on my face, just so you know. Because I know what's going to happen. You're going to buy that product. You're going to be at Home Depot upset. Pick up the can. Come home with it. Turn the projector on and go. Turn the camera off. That's what's going to be you at the end of the day. Because if you basically were able to show a difference between night and day, I would have had the video by now. And I would have already posted it. But you didn't show me. I haven't seen anything yet. So what happened is you want the Home Depot, you want the Lowe's, you bought whatever product I told you to buy, you went home, you did the demonstration, and you couldn't see a difference between night and day. So who do you go after for that? I don't know why you go after me. I didn't sell it to you at the end of the day. You bought it from him. So you would have to go after him at the end of the day. But you should have did your research. Now, real quick, before we leave out of here, you see that screen displayed on the ceiling like that? You know what's interesting about this? I can go downstairs and remimic that exact same demonstration we're looking in the picture right now. Right now. I can do it right downstairs. But you know what's interesting about that ceiling up there? That's a phantom sitting up there. How is a screen so dark you can't even see it? I got to ask you that question. How is that possible when it sits on top of a ceiling with a ceiling light embedded in the middle of the screen at 150 inches? I just give you some time to think about that one. So we're going to use some of Jamie's videos. We're dubbing his videos as we speak. I got a friend of mine who's doing the dub job for me. We're dubbing his darkened videos. We want to show customers what they don't want at the end of the day and what they do want. We're going to compare them to the environment we have in here in the next room. Oh, I love this theater room in here. This thing is amazing. Look at the projector's on, ain't it? Why is this thing on? Oh, yeah, I forgot I was going to watch a movie. Never got around to doing it. I really got to get around to watching movies in here. Up in the day, my beautiful. BenQ. Guy showed me that BenQ. Nothing wrong with it. Nice projector. 4K tropical fish. Relaxing. Which one do we have for that one? I think it was this one over here. I'm pretty sure it was this one right here. Is it this one? I think it was this one, not sure. I like the dolphin one. That's a really nice one too. We're gonna have to get that. I keep putting it off, but I'm gonna have to get that set up in here with no commercials because that's what I need in here desperately. Because all this room does is just showroom. That's all it does. This is a showroom. I don't watch movies in here. It's in there for watching shows. Let's see. Isn't it back this way? I'm pretty sure it's back this way. Oh, it wasn't back this way. Where's the new one at then? Oh, they put new ones in. I forgot about that. And they did put new ones in. Let's see. Some tropical fish. Isn't that interesting? This is the coolest thing to watch at night, I'm telling you. Okay, people, we just saw the pictures. Now I'm just showing you live, real time. I got to get at it real quick. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about swapping that projector out for something else. I'm decided which one, but I'm going to swap it out for something else. I'm decided yet. Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Y'all have a good one. Thank you for your time. And like I said, we're going to have everybody up there. Anybody thinking that, oh, you're just singling out one person? No, the demonstrations that we're going to be doing is to show at the end of the day that no gray screen paint is going to be worth your time at the end of the day. Now, like I said, at the end of the day, if you don't want to spend $80 or $90, there's other solutions you can go to get a much more cheaper, affordable screen. But at the end of the day, like I said, they're all going to do the same thing. Digital and crystal screen paint is going to do the same thing. I'm not going to sit there and tell you, oh, the digital and crystal screen paint has blah, blah, blah. No, it is going to do the exact same thing. It's going to wash out. It's going to fade. It's going to do the whole 9 yards. And when we get Crow's product down here for the second review, it will do the exact same thing that the first one did. All right, well, with that being said, I got to get out of here. I got to go online. I got to order my lamps. It is a lamp change out today, which means I got to replace all the lamps and my projector. This one right here, I think, is in eco mode. What is the deal with you in that corner? Hey, Pokemon. Yeah. You in that corner. I don't know what's going on with you in that corner. See right there? My projector sits on eco mode 4. You didn't know that, did you? The entire time I was showing this thing off? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, 5. We're in eco mode 5. It sits in eco mode 5. I keep forgetting to mention stuff like that when I do videos. I do forget sometimes. All right, gotta go. God bless.